Hey guys, welcome back to another book preview video. This week we've got book 6 in the 6-book series for the Hobbit Chronicles. So let's take a quick look at the case. Again, like the others, it has got gold leaf or silver leaf in this case, or whatever you want to call it. It's also got a really cool sort of cracked ice effect. For those of you that are familiar with the film, you will understand that. It's really cool in person. I don't know how well it shows up on camera though. So let's see if I can squeeze this in shot. I am recording a little bit later on than usual, so hopefully my lighting setup will still work out quite well. And don't forget, we've got these other 5 books here. Make sure to check those out if you are interested. I'm going to leave it there just for a second so that you can pause this if you're interested in reading the contents. So let's get straight into this. I'm going to try and keep this video a little bit shorter than previous ones because I've ended up going up to about 10 minutes on each of them, and I've only intended these to be sort of 5-minute preview videos. So I might be skipping a couple of pages at a time. By this point, if you guys have already watched any of my other videos, you're probably going to hear me repeat myself a little bit, or quite a lot in fact. But for those of you who are not familiar yet, this is a 6-book series to accompany the 3 Hobbit movies. 3 of the books are art and paintings. Sorry, by the way, they're really glossy, so it's not very good for the lighting. 3 of them are art and painting, sort of concept work, really cool stuff. Those are the main ones I wanted to show. As an artist, those are the ones I was really excited about. And the other 3, including this one, are more of a making of. So I would still call them art books, but not like drawing and illustration books. More like character design or costumes, prosthetics. This one has quite a lot of armor in, which is something that I'm really into. I find that really cool. So there is 2 books to each movie, and of course that means one of them is a illustration or sketchbook and the other one is the making of. This is for the final movie, movie number 3 in the Hobbit trilogy. Final book. We had a look last week at the illustration and sketch version of this. That was actually one of my favourites because the 3rd film includes quite a lot of battle scenes, war scenes. There's a lot of armour and weapons, stuff like that that's really cool. So I don't actually know much about this book, to be completely honest, because this is the last one I've got. I had the other 5 for a very long time and I was waiting to get a good deal on this one. So I haven't really looked through it yet. I just figured I would look through it and preview it on camera. And I actually might prop this up a little bit. I think that's a little bit better like that until my setup collapses. So hopefully you haven't missed too much from the lighting. This one looks like it's going to include quite a lot of armour though. From memory, the dwarves in this movie have a lot of armour throughout the 3rd film. And what I mean by that is that there are different sections to the film, I guess you could say. Different locations where they're geared up in different things, some of which are going to be really cool. I do think the armor design for this movie is very cool. And of course there is some elven work in here as well. I do know there are some concept art designs in this as well, but not like the books that are full of them. More like just the odd random piece. For me as an illustrator, I do think there is quite a lot of value to studying the costumes and the weapons anyway. And especially with these Hobbit books, with them being, well, they're not new now, but compared to some of my older books, the actual photo quality is very high quality. I mean, it's still not the same as studying from something on a computer screen, but to give you an example of what I mean, I recently bought some Lord of the Rings photo books, really cheap. They're really old now, and I thought it'd be really cool to study from, get some artwork of my own done, use it as reference basically. But upon opening the books, because they're quite old, the photo quality in those Lord of the Rings books is just absolutely terrible. Like to a point where you can barely draw from it at all. It looks okay at a glance, but when you actually try to study from it, you realise it's not so good. But yeah, this video, it's not intended as a review or anything like that because I haven't read through it. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a preview, especially if you're looking at buying this series. It's quite an expensive series if you're going to buy the full set, all 6. But I would say, even without reading through this one, if you are a fan of the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit movies, you will definitely enjoy these. They're so full of content, they are so well made. If I had one wish, it would be that they would remake something like this for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, books that were this good quality. That would be a dream come true to me. So as mentioned, one of the reasons that I was quite excited for this book from the previews I'd seen is just the fact that it's full of content, these weapons and armor designs. But specifically in the Hobbit movies, I think they're very fantasy looking, like fantasy costume design. And I'm going to start skipping through this a little bit quicker because I know that I'll accidentally turn this into a longer video, which I said I would not do. But you can probably tell as well, there's a lot of pages to these. They seem to cover a broad range of characters as well. Yes, it's the dwarves, but it's got a lot about the elves. It's got a lot about the sort of orc armies and things like that. So the other 5 books actually had a page at the end that was like a fold out. In fact, I'm saying that, did all 5 of them have it in? I can't remember. Most of them definitely did. At least 4 of them did. So at the end of this book, we will see what the fold out is for this one. I'm going to skip to it now because I'm going to keep the video a little bit shorter. So let's have a look what this one is. It's really difficult to fit these on camera because they're so massive. So we've got a Siege of Erebor battle map. I can barely fit it in. It's actually pretty cool. So that's it, guys. We've finished the 6 books in the Hobbit Chronicles series. I hope you enjoyed this video or found it useful if you're considering buying the books. Don't forget, I've got quite a big library of art book videos now. Be sure to check those out. Let me know in the comments below what other art books you guys want to see next. I'm getting to be a bit of a hoarder with art books, but I do love flicking through them even though I don't get too much time to read them fully. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment below, and make sure you subscribe for future content. Thanks for watching, everyone.